Hello, beautiful people, and welcome. Hi to the fucking sack frag rotations. I really don't want to. That is not going to be fun. I know that. We're doing sack frag seat lolly in our Arlecchino team. And then Bennett, that is not quite the right artifact set. What's the better Arlecchino Hex team, Mona Sucrose or Mona Official? It kind of depends. Mona Sucrose has like the highest possible ceiling. I have been getting pretty consistently better results with the official version. This is a wall cancel rotation. This is the 20% chance to not proc sack frag rotation. My favorite. How did I still have 9 soul, by the way? Okay, no, it's fine, it's fine. No problem. That seems kind of fucking sus. Holy shit. Oh, sack then proc. Okay, let's fucking stop there and then never play this team again. The whole point just to not do burst animation? Yup. Also more VV uptime. A little bit. Okay, is there other things about our Arlecchino teams that I need to, like, actually test again? Okay, what about... We know how Hex does. Hex Vape. We know how Melt does. We know how Overload does. Should I, like, look at some other stuff? Other worse stuff? Lunar? That's just not real. Binefa for mechanics that need it. The thing about Binefa is that Arlecchino Binefa will never be better than Sucrose Binefa if the mechanics need Lunar. This team is so scam. What is this? Arlecchino, Official, Durin, Colombina. That's kind of interesting, actually. Because a bunch of people went for Lunar teams that weren't Tlins and just don't have Binefa. So having like teams fulfill Lunar checks without, and that can be like Lunar charge without needing Binefa would be pretty meaningful. Oh yeah, I should probably do Colombina on TTDS.
Late bet. The story has only just begun.
Shadow Rick Surge.
Transfix. Decay. New life.
By Royal
That's pretty good. I don't know if the Entasi is real, honestly. It kind of feels like it'll be better to just spam normals. Would Monona just be better than Colombina? The idea behind Colombina is the vapes are a lot more consistent. We can also take a look at some other hydros. Let me actually take a look at Singto.
Busted. Game's up. Fun's over.
Nice vapes, loser. Okay, we got our first vape.
Overrule.
Turning point in.
By Royal
Wrong order. Maybe I'm supposed to do a longer string for more Yelan procs. I probably am. Wrong order had better DPS, low-key. Yeah, it seems like we have too much time between Yelan burst initial cast here. Never mind. I mean, yeah, this is pretty noticeably worse. Not too surprising. Check the Mona Colombina official variant? Sure. Weapons? I guess Mona on TTDS, Colombina on Fav.
odds for being decided by destiny. Delves into destiny.
Yeah, maybe we don't need to do the double swap, but like, if you don't double swap, I don't know, the uptime feels scuffed. Okay, well that was fucking cringe. I got a frame drop there, which ruined my setup. This just seems better. He's hoping to be no one hurries on cooldown. Yeah, but the thing is, like, the alternative is to do like a 3 Bond of Life normal attack on Arlecchino. That's just like not really better. Colombina Q, we don't have the time for that, and it wouldn't do enough anyways. I mean, I guess if I do that, I kind of have the time for it. Is it with C4 Mona? No. Well, yes, but no. Like, I have the C4, but I'm on 99 crit without it, so. Official is just really good for these teams. The fact that the base team loses some vapes if you bring Official, right, with the one with Bennett, means that you actually do get results that aren't too far behind, even on by using worse units, just because you get more vapes if you get a second Hydro. So you have a lot of alternatives. Let's set his Bina on. Bina's on Serenade for 60 EM. Would TOM be better? Official's on TOM. Doesn't matter who's on what. I mean, I guess we can take a look at, like, Shred.
Overrule.
Midnight.
Written in the stars.
I guess I should just send the next hit there.
Laid to bed.
Yeah. I mean, pretty much what we expected here. That's kind of Ooh, I could look at Chevaliers, that's true. I need Burning Load with Immididur and Fischl. I mean, this is kind of going to be worse.
Midnight. Written in the stars.
Wonder if we could do TDDS Mona now that we have the extra energy from Chevaliers? Maybe. Anyways, it's a pretty decent amount worse. Which makes sense. This team already has a fuck ton of damage percent and very little attack percent. Let's do Bennett again.
I'm going it.
Midnight.
Written in the stars. Shadows of fate. Overrule. Everybody stand.
Are you fucking kidding me? I missed an attack. I know it's higher than this, but I just keep fucking up. Am I stupid? Or a few too many rotations deep for the DPS to catch back up to what it's supposed to be? Maybe the specific version of it isn't as much better than the other ones that as I thought. What about Eon Song?
Faster, stronger. Shadow Raven. Written in the stars. Let me scry.
Yeah, it's just too slow to do that.
Delves into death.
Maybe not, actually.
Transfixed. Controlled breathing.
Yeah, this seems a little sus. What else is there? Let's check the Colomina one again. This is interesting. A little bit more Vapes, plus TDDS, plus some personal damage. Considering that Bennett isn't doing, like, that much on the team, and that the TDDS plus the Fischl are, like, making up for not having a flat attack buff from Bennett, I kind of see it. It obviously is going to scale worse with vertical investment. No surprise, the team that scales the best with vertical investment is just the Hex Mona one with Sucrose, not with Fischl. Also try Albedo Shilonen with Mona? That sounds disgusting. I'll try it.
Fate is upon you. Shadows of fate.
Ah! This is without adjust. This is basically Mona C2. Yeah, so it's like pretty consistent 140 on the rotations when I don't fuck it up. But I just keep fucking it up, so. I wanted to look at just overload stuff. I'm getting a noticeable difference between Fischl and Sucrose, 165 versus 180. It might also just be because, like, at the specific thing you have, the Fischl stuff doesn't line up well.
Laid bare.
You asked for
Stay. As you wish, me. Decay.
Rotation tracker. There are no rotations here. Turning on the rotation tracker will not help. Okay, since when has my Overload Arlecchino been at 140, by the way? This is without Nicole, too. Surely Nicole would upgrade this team. Calc both. Nicole is good here. How the fuck did you calc this team? How many rotations are you looking at? That didn't change the team! Mona on DDDS. Yeah, we changed the rotation a little bit to swap back to Mona to catch her particles. Maybe I should do a charge attack on Mona on that swap to get Hydro consistently. We do one more swap on Mona to get ooh, 161. To reduce her current so we can run DDDS, but we fucked it up there. I want to take a look at the melt alternatives if you don't have Seatlali. I know it's gonna be fucking garbage though. We're gonna replace Seatlali here. In melt specifically, Seatlali is a good amount better than the alternatives, but melt is just not Arlecchino's best archetype. You can do the like extra swap stuff. I should remind myself of what the setups actually are for the extra swap stuff. We probably just do Chi-Chi because I know how the KO team works. It's just Chi-Chi, I'm not sure how it works. Once next patch hits and we get the new support set, attack EM or EM will basically never be better unless you have a direct incentive for it. So like Yai has a direct incentive for it with her EM conversion to damage percent. A little bit, kinda. Okay, we do not talk about the bond of life, okay? Okay, so clearly we have a problem here with the setup being too fast. The bond of life doesn't have enough time to fully cook.
Stay clear.
But the core application is pretty good. No, that was a disaster. I think it's because I was too far, so my TGE didn't hit.
I'm going in.
No, wrong character. Yeah, it doesn't seem like we can let the charge attack go through. I need to turn on the boss HP bar so I can actually see the aura without having to fucking pan my camera up like this. Burst on Chi-Chi for fun? We might. This one, yeah. It's a little sus. For sure.
Overrule. Huh? Everybody stand. Go. Animal test 63.
I don't think trying to get extra melt is gonna really work out. Okay, this one was just completely awful. So we got a few problems. If our rotation is too short, Chi-Chi can still be on ICD when we swap to her. But that 2 pyro kind of sucks here. No, it's actually useful because it allows us to do this. We can do the same thing as the Sac for Exit Lolly setup.
Light it up. Everybody
Transfix.
Teamwork is dreamwork. Stay clear.
Fuck. Yeah, it's rough. It's rough. It's not like that bad. Like if I just try to lock in a little.
Let's light it up. Teamwork is dream. Wheel of light. Absorption test.
Late bet.
I'm going in. Life goes on. Animal test 63.
I'm out of stamina. I can't charge attack. We should be hovering around like 110 average. For melt, I'm pretty sure getting C1 is better than getting Seat Lolly. Right, like the gap between this team and the Seat Lolly one is smaller than the gap between C0 and C1, which I suppose is good to know, but like also just don't play melt. The thing about Arlecchino is like, especially in these teams, when you do melt with sucrose, all of your damage, like pretty much your whole team is only buffing your reaction damage. So yeah, you're melting for 200k, and then your pyro is hitting for like 30k. The reason why the Mona teams are better than the melt teams is because while, yeah, vape is a bit worse, you get so many buffs that your vapes are hitting for about as much, and then on top of the vapes hitting about as much, your non-vapes are hitting significantly harder because you have a lot of buffs that are also going to non-reaction damage. Oh wait, I wanted to test Shilonen Albedo Hex. Shilonen Albedo doesn't have consistent scroll. It should. What? It could fuck with the Hydro application.
Burst forth. Feel this ancient power.
Decided by destiny. Delves into destiny.
Yeah. This is exactly what I was afraid of. Oh god.
Coming to be. Moments of
It's not that bad.
Shadows of fate.
Never mind. Crystallize is fucking over my vapes, kinda.
Delves into destiny.
I think I'm just supposed to accept that I lose the vape when that happens.
Late bet.
I don't know how to make it not happen. Yeah, it depends on when the Albedo proc happens. Anyway, so we're at like around... I mean, when everything goes right, it's at 125, but like average 110, 115 maybe. What team can I give her as a free-to-play outside of Seat Lolly and Overload? Because I've skipped her to guarantee Nefa and I feel it. I have Duran, Chillin, Nescafier, Farina, C2 Mona, Llama, Yolana supports, and all the 4 stars except Lila. Trust me, the skipping Seat Lolly was a great choice. Beneficial Mona can be your go-to. You have flexibility. I don't like recommending Bennett Sucrose Mona over Beneficial Mona because they're pretty similar unless you're like a high investment like C1R1, C2R1. I mean, honestly, even at C1R1, it's still pretty similar. Because it's not like Fischl's doing that much of the team DPS. The main upside that Fischl has is that her buffs are full uptime, unlike Sucrose's, despite being a bit weaker. And then on top of that, she has a bit of personal DPS. But that means that like at C2, because you front load even more of your damage, Sucrose starts falling behind. And I guess C1 also kind of matters for that because it only increases the bond of life portion, which is what falls off. It doesn't increase the base motion value. But Vigil will be on TOM in that team. I have her on TOM, yeah. There's good Arlecchino Hex clears for multiple patches now, like 2 costs and there. Well, multiple. That's not a lot of patches ago. That boss has a specific mechanic that makes you need Animo. So obviously you're not going to use Fischl, right? Like this was just in response to someone saying that the Fischl version, they hadn't seen it like at all, which like, yeah, it's a relatively new finding that hasn't really had a boss allows it to be played properly yet. But like, you can still play it here. Is Hexblade better than Overload? Yeah. It's not like that far ahead, though.